We are continuing our way through third declension nouns. We've already looked at masculine and feminine third declension nouns. Now we turn our attention to neuter third declension nouns. Now there are three things to remember, as with all neuter nouns, that nominative and accusative forms will be the same in both the singular and the plural, that the nominative and accusative plural forms will end with an alpha sound, and that plural neuter nouns are usually followed by a singular verb. Well, let's look at the forms. There are two types, one following soma and the other following telos. First we have soma, somatos, somati, soma, somata, somaton, somasin, somata. We can see the third declension endings through this pattern, but not exactly the same as the nouns that we've seen so far. The second type is based on telos. We have telos, telus, tele or teli, telos, teler or teli, telon, telesin, and teler or teli. We can see some of the differences between these two patterns. For starters, the telos has a sigma formation following through many of its forms. But most notably, the genitive singular forms are different, somatos versus telus. Now it's vital when we're learning these words to learn their lexical form, remembering that for third declension nouns, their lexical form is derived from the genitive singular form. In other words, the stem for somatos will be somat, and the stem for telus will actually be tel-er with an epsilon, which has been lengthened with the addition of the second person singular ending. So these can be a little bit confusing, especially in the midst of so many different third declension forms. For now, we're aiming for familiarity with these forms. Ultimately, we want to be able to recognize all third declension nouns when they appear. Now, in addition to these neuter third declension nouns, we're going to look at some further third declension adjectives. These fall in two types. The first type is modeled on the word pleon or pleon, which means more. We see that there is a masculine feminine column and a neuter column for this type 1 adjective. Let's work through them. Pleon, pleonos, pleoni, pleona, pleones, pleonon, pleosin, pleonas, or with a modern pronunciation, pleon, pleonos, pleoni, pleona, pleones, pleonon, pleosin, pleonas. Now for the neuter forms, pleon, pleonos, pleoni, pleon, pleona, pleonon, pleosin, pleona. Or with a modern pronunciation, pleon, pleonos, pleoni, pleon, pleona, pleonon, pleosin, pleona. All will translate as more. Now we move to the type 2 third declension adjectives. Again, we have a masculine and feminine column, single column, and then a second neuter column. These will follow the word alethes or alethis, which is an adjective meaning true. Here we have alethes, alethus, alethe, alether, alethes, alethon, alethesin, alethes. Modern pronunciation, alethis, alethus, alethi, alethi, alethis, alethon, alethesin, alethis. For the neuter forms, alethes, alethus, alethe, alethes, alether, alethon, alethesin, alether. Modern pronunciation, alethes, alethus, alethi, alethes, alethi, alethon, alethesin, alethi. Now, all of these adjectives are recognizably third declension, and you can discern a pattern that is in common with other third declension noun endings that we've already seen. But there are various variations that require some special attention. The main point, however, is that when you see a third declension noun or a third declension adjective, you know that it's third declension and you can understand the ending, even if you're not able to reproduce all these endings yourself at the present time. You want to be able to know that this is a dative singular noun or a dative singular adjective, and so on and so forth. So don't be discouraged about third declension nouns. You can get the hang of it, but they do require some upfront learning so that you become comfortable in recognizing these forms in the Greek text.